Happy Life Skills Friday. My name is Mrs. Nolan. I'm an occupational therapist. I work at Riverside in Denison schools. And all of today's lessons are going to be related to water, beach, or pool activities. Welcome to my pool deck. Today I am going to talk about something called stereognosis. Yes, I know, it's a big word and I'll get back to that in a second. After I explain what stereognosis is, Miss Valentine and I are going to demonstrate the concept of stereognosis using objects that you may use or pack when you are having a day at the beach or planning a day at the pool. So, stereognosis. This is how we spell it. Let's say it together. Stereognosis. Stereognosis. Try saying that word 5 times. I dare you. Another word for stereognosis that's a little bit easier to say is haptic perception or touch perception. Okay, so stereognosis is the ability to identify the shape, size, and texture of an object using your sense of touch without the benefit of vision or sight. There are countless times throughout the day that a person relies on their hands' ability to identify the features, materials, or matter of an object that they are touching or holding. So let's think about it for a second. What about that time you reach for a coin in your pocket? I'm doing it without looking, and I pull out a coin. Or you pick up your pen and position it in your hand without looking in preparation for writing, or a crayon in preparation for coloring. Or when you reach down to tie your shoes, tie a bow, and you're talking to somebody. You're using your sense of touch without looking at things to complete activities. Another example might be when you're keyboarding. Your hands are in position on the keys while you're either looking at the screen or looking down at the paper that you're typing. Or if I want to put my hair back, it's getting a little warm out here, I use my hair tie and pull it back without looking. Or when you're washing your face and your eyes are closed and you're splashing water in your face and now you need to dry it and you're reaching for that towel over here in the wall and you feel it with your hand and you bring it over to dry your face. So why is this important? Touch perception is important for overall hand function, dexterity, grasp patterns to hold your pencils and your crayons and other utensils, as well as being able to manipulate materials to carry out our daily living tasks, including buttoning, zipping, tying, keyboarding, and even handwriting. Yes, handwriting. Our fingers have this awesome ability to read an object that we are touching, send information to our brain so that we can identify the object accurately. Some people have a weak haptic perception or touch perception, which makes it more difficult for them to carry out daily living activities. So imagine having to wear a pair of rubber gloves every day, all the time, and then complete your daily activities like buttoning or zipping, washing the dishes, or doing gardening, or any number of activities. It would be quite challenging. So it's very important to develop haptic perception or stereognosis so that you can complete your daily activities without needing much help from other people, so that you're more independent with your daily skills. So now, here's the fun part. Miss Valentine and I are going to demonstrate the concept of stereognosis, or haptic perception, with objects that you may use or pack when you plan a day at the pool or the beach. So let's give it a try. Look who it is!
Hi, I'm Miss Valentine, an occupational therapist with Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Happy Friday!
As I mentioned earlier, Miss Valentine and I are going to demonstrate the concept of stereognosis using some of the objects or items that you may pack when you are going to the pool or the beach.
All right, so we're gonna put a bunch of different items into our bag, and then we're gonna do an activity where we try and pull different items out of the bag with our eyes covered and just using our touch perception.
And remember, before you do an activity like this, you want to make sure that you know what each item is and how it feels. So that's what we're going to do now.
All right, so we have our beach bag here, and the first thing we're going to put in is a towel. You can use a towel to help dry off after you're wet, or if you're going to the beach, you can use it as kind of like a blanket to sit down in the sand. We're going to bring a hat because that can help protect your head and your eyes from the sun if it's a little too warm. Another thing we're going to bring is some sunglasses. So a pair for me and a pair for Miss Nolan. We're also going to bring some slip-on shoes. Sometimes it's nice to wear slip-on shoes or ones that don't have laces or buckles because they're easy to put on and off when you're getting in and out of the water.
And I have mine on already, so I'm set.
We're also going to bring a mask. So right now, it can be good to put on a mask while you're close to people, within 6 feet of other people. You don't want to wear a mask when you're in the water though. You want to make sure you take it off before you get in the water, but it can be good for while you're sitting on the pool deck or sitting on the beach. Also like to bring an extra pair of clothes. So this is a beach dress that I can put on after if these clothes get dirty or wet when I'm at the pool. It's always good to have an extra pair of clothes if you can think of it.
And then we want to bring the fun stuff too, some pool toys or beach toys. We have some squirt guns, a splash ball, this is so much fun, some diving sticks and pool rings, throw those in there. And we can't forget our goggles in case we want to look around underwater. Oh, and we cannot forget this, one of the most important things. Sunscreen or sun spray. It's very important to stay protected from the sun because even if the sun is not shining brightly on you, behind the clouds you can still get sunburned.
All right, and we're also gonna bring a bottle of water or something to drink. You could put this stuff in a cooler if you want to do it separately, but we're just gonna put our bottle of water right into our beach bag. The last thing that we're gonna bring is some wet wipes or hand wipes for your hands and some hand sanitizer if you want to bring a snack. But we don't have any snack yet, so maybe we should make one.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, so we're gonna make some trail mix to bring to the beach or the pool today. I love making trail mix because it fills you up. It's an easy and good snack, and you can make it with all sorts of different things. We're actually gonna make 2 different kinds of trail mix today. The first one we're gonna make has nuts. So we want to show a different option too in case you have a nut allergy or maybe you don't like nuts. We're going to use some cereal and pretzels to make the other kind. My favorite part about trail mix is that you don't have to follow a specific recipe. You can add whatever you want, how much or however little you want. But my usual go-to when I'm making trail mix is to do 1 cup of the protein or the base. So like 1 cup of these kind of nuts, 1 cup of these kind of nuts, or 1 cup of the different types of cereal, and then a half a cup of something sweet. So I have dried mango here. You can use dried bananas, dried apples, any type of dried fruit is always good to have in your trail mix. We also have some chocolate chips that we're gonna make the other type with.
My favorite.
Yeah, so you can use chocolate chips, or you can do butterscotch chips, or even M&Ms are super easy to add. So the first thing we're gonna do, we have a little Tupperware or a sealable container. We're gonna pour 1 cup of each type of nuts. So we have roasted peanuts. There's 1 cup of peanuts. We're also gonna do pistachios. These are just the nuts that I like. You can also do cashews or walnuts, a ton of different types of nuts you can put in your trail mix. So we're gonna do 1 cup of pistachios.
Looks good.
And then the last ingredient we're gonna add is this dried mango. It comes in these big strips. So sometimes you can either use kitchen scissors, or I like to just tear it up. I washed my hands before I did this. So we tear up our mango in little pieces. If you need help, you can always have an adult help you with this part.
And that's a good fine motor practice. Ripping that mango up.
All right, so we have about 1/2 cup of our sweet ingredient, which is dried mango for this one. Alrighty. Then all you have to do is put the lid on and shake it up, and you have 1 type of trail mix to put in our beach bag.
Awesome. So now I'm going to show you a different kind to make. We have some Cheerios, so we're going to take 1 cup of Cheerios. Pour that right in there. Seal it up better later. And then we have some Chex. Right? Chex?
Mm-hmm.
And there's all kinds of different types of Chex. So whatever your favorite, you can throw it in there.
And you could use different types of cereal too if you like other types. These are just the ones that I like.
Chex. And then we have some pretzel sticks here. I love pretzels. And I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the pool or the beach, I always get really hungry. So it's really important to bring a snack with you. And 1 cup of pretzels. And then my favorite, chocolate chips. And we'll do 1/2 cup of these because we don't want to have too much chocolate in there.
And it's important not to eat too many sweets while you're out at the pool, because that can make your belly hurt. And if you're swimming around, you don't want your belly to be upset from the sweets that you're eating. So
there's our chocolate chips, and we're going to pour those in there. Put our lid on. Shake it up a little bit. And there's another type of trail mix that we have to take with us to the pool or beach. We're going to put that in our bag.
all right. Now that our bag's all packed, let's head to the pool.
Yay! All right, so we're on the pool deck now. We just put our sunscreen on. Very important. You want to stay protected from the sun.
And it's super bright out here, so it's really important to put that sunscreen on.
For sure.
All right.
So now,
I'm gonna put this blindfold on so we can test my haptic or touch perception skills. I'm gonna get a couple of different things out of the bag, but I wanna cover my eyes, so all I'm using is my stereognosis.
no peeking.
Alrighty.
All right, she's all tied up. Can you see anything?
Nope.
All right. So the first thing I think I need, Miss Valentine, are my sunglasses. So they're gonna be a hard plastic with two
circles for the eyes. Oh,
Let's see.
are these them?
No, she picked the goggles. Sorry, try again.
Those are close.
I'll put those over here.
Oh, I found something hard with two eye circles.
You got it. Those are my sunglasses. I'm gonna put those on. I really need those.
Awesome. Actually, while you're talking about it, my head's a little hot, so I'm gonna put my hat on.
All right, let me hold that bag open for you. No one there. You can use one hand or two hands when you're reaching in there.
Oh, I think I got it.
She sure did.
All right, now I'm nice and protected too.
Now, I'm really thirsty. Do you think you can grab my water bottle out of there? Let's see if she can use her touch to find my water bottle. I'm really thirsty. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh man.
She picked the sunscreen. Try again.
Oop.
There's my water bottle. And remember to keep hydrated when you're at the pool or beach. It's very important.
Especially when it's super hot. It's a really good idea to drink a lot of water.
All right.
Maybe we could get one toy out and then we can get in the water.
Sounds good. All right, how about some diving sticks? Can you find a couple of those?
Thanks.
Yep, there's one. Yay, she got both of them.
All right. So now that we have gotten a couple of different things that we needed out of our bag, there's a couple of different safety things that we should take into account before we get into the water at the pool or at the beach.
For sure. You always want to make sure you have a parent or guardian with you when you're at the pool or beach for safety reasons.
Also, if you need a little help swimming or want to stay safe, you can wear things like a life jacket, water wings, or at the pool you could float in an inner tube to help you stay afloat.
And like I mentioned earlier, remember to keep hydrated and eat your snacks while you're burning all that energy at the pool or the beach.
All right, and the last thing I would say is to take breaks whenever you get tired. The water can make you feel a lot more tired than you think, so take rest breaks whenever you need them.
So I hope you enjoyed our little demonstration of how you use stereognosis on a daily basis, and now we're going to show you some other activities. So now we're going to show you another activity if you want to improve your stereognosis or haptic perception skills.
We have a bunch of small little items, they're all beach themed for this week, that are different shapes and textures. You can feel the different shapes and textures. We're gonna practice the same type of activity. We're gonna use a tissue box. We're gonna put all of them in and try to grab them out without looking. If you don't have a tissue box at home, you can try it with a sock, and there's a cup inside of the sock. So you just put a cup right inside of a sock, and that way you can't see at all when you stick your hand in and try to grab. Or we have a bigger, this is just a shoe box that we cut 2 handholds in. So you put your hands in and try to grab without looking. It is the same. We're gonna demonstrate it with the tissue box though today. So we're gonna put all of these beach themed items into the tissue box. So there's a beach ball, a sea turtle, stingray, a couple of different seashells, a little duck, a beach umbrella, an inner tube, a little starfish, but this is it's very skinny, so we gotta remember.
That's gonna be a hard one to pick out of there.
And then a little shark.
And remember, you can practice with 2 hands, or you can do 1 hand at a time. This one lets you do 2 hands. This one you can do 1 hand at a time, but you can do your right hand, and then you can practice with your left hand as well. And this time I think I'm gonna be the one that's pulling out the objects.
All right.
Should I put my blindfold on, or do you trust me?
I trust you.
Okay,
we'll put it a little farther away so you can't see in.
All right, so I'm gonna put my hand in there, and Miss Valentine's gonna tell me what to pick out of here.
I want you to try to find a flip-flop.
Oh, flip-flop, that's a hard one. It's so small. Oops, I opened my eyes, don't do that. I think I got it.
I think so too. There we go, we found a little flip-flop. All right, next let's try one more. Let's try to find the beach umbrella.
Beach umbrella, okay.
So you gotta make sure you keep your eyes closed.
I'm trying. Maybe I should have put the blindfold on. Oh my. This is gonna take up our whole video time, me trying to find the beach umbrella. But wait.
Oh man,
Is this it?
She's got it. There we go, a little beach umbrella. So you can make it into a little game. You could do this with an adult. You could do it with your brothers or sisters or cousins or friends at home. And you could do it with any little objects. It doesn't have to be beach objects. You can do any little toys and try and find, without opening your eyes, try and find the different objects.
And you can do it with everyday objects like your hairbrush, your toothbrush, fork, a spoon, anything to try to make the activity fun. So now we're going to go to Miss Stringer, and she's going to show us some other fun beach activities.
Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Stringer, and I'm a teacher at Maxey's High School. And today for our beach theme, I'm going to show you how to make some fun little crafts using things that you will likely have at home. So when I go to the beach, I like to look for cool pieces of driftwood, and I love looking through and finding colored glass. Have you ever found any at the beach that you brought home in your pockets, or cool little rocks? Well, sometimes that's what I like to do. So I have my glass. I usually keep it in a little jar like this, and I put my glass on the shelf on a window, and when the light comes through, it makes pretty different colors. It's kind of like that. Today, if you've collected any glass, I'm going to show you how to make some quick little crafts that you can keep or you can give away. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I thought we could do was to make a card. So we are going to make, you just need a piece of, if you have heavy cardstock, it's like heavier than paper, and it'll be easier to work with because it will hold the beach glass and the glue. So we can take a regular size piece of cardstock and fold it over, and I'm going to make my card open long ways like this. So this is horizontal, and this is, if you said vertical, you're correct. So I'm going to make mine horizontal. Then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make my design, and I'm going to trace it out with a pencil. And I'll need a pencil, so hold on one second. Okay, so I have my card, and I don't know if you can see this. I didn't actually trace. You can trace a design. I drew a heart, kind of freehand, and if you're younger, you might want an adult to help you with this, or just be brave and do it on your own. And I just did a heart. I made a little curly Q at the bottom, and then I erased it a little bit because I don't want the design to show through after I glue my pieces on. I have my pieces sort of sorted with my big ones over here. I'm probably not going to use them, and my little tiny ones over here. Then, before I start gluing, I'm going to arrange my pieces on the card in just without glue to see how it's going to look. So I'm going to cut the camera off and put it back on as soon as I have my heart filled in, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm back, and I have my heart and all my little glass pieces placed where I want to glue them down, and you can see I can move them, and I put them right over my pencil marks like that. I decided that some of them would have a little tiny space. I guess that's how it's just gonna work out. And I wouldn't stress too much about it. I'm just gonna put them down and see how they turn out. I included some of my favorite dark blue ones. I have a nice light blue one. And most of my glass turned out to be green. So I'm gonna glue these down with some Elmer's glue, and I'll show you. So my glue bottle actually doesn't work, so I'm gonna pour some glue out and then just try to glue these one by one with a little dot of glue. Just like that. I'll do 1, 2, 3. Now, if your mom has a hot glue gun, you can also use that, and I would use enough Elmer's because you know it dries clear. So use enough that your stones really kind of melt into it almost. There, like a big, see that big dot? And then I just let the little glass piece just rest right on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue the rest of these down, and then I'll come back with my finished piece. Okay, we're back, and I'm done gluing the pieces onto my heart. So here we go, I'm gonna show you. And there it is. I thought it turned out pretty well. And I'm sure yours will too. The next craft that I'm going to show you how to make is a cute little driftwood sailboat. And I had a lot of fun making this. And it actually does stand pretty well. Sometimes you gotta give it a little, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pick out my little bottom piece of driftwood here. This is the fun part. What do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be round like this one? I think I'm gonna choose this one because the bottom is much flatter, and I have found if they're round, they will wobble. So I'm choosing this one so that it will stay nice and flat. And then I have my toothpick, and that's gonna be the mast. And then a little piece of cloth, and I found some blue and white cloth, and you wanna cut it into an isosceles triangle. So do you remember what an isosceles is? So I think this one's actually a little bit too big. You want it maybe a little bit longer than the toothpick. And this one's pretty much a lot longer. So there's my toothpick. And I'm going to cut it, I don't know, just a little bit, just eyeball it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a fun little craft. And I'm gonna poke the toothpick through one end of the fabric. Yeah, there it goes. Just like that. And then through, just choose where you want it to come out at the top. You might need an adult to help you. There. And there's my sail. I kind of like the blue and white too. A little bit of a color pop. Then I choose where I want to put my sail, and I'm going to choose one end of the driftwood. And I have some scissors. You can make a little hole like this with the scissors, or try to just push the toothpick into it. And this kind of stays, but I'm going to give it a little bit of hot glue gun. Just a little bit to help it stick. And for this you will need a parent. This glue is hot and it will burn your fingers if it gets on there. So if you use a hot glue gun, make sure you ask your mom or dad or an adult to help you with it. So there's my hot glue, and there's my toothpick. I'm gonna hold it for a few seconds just to make sure it sticks. And these are fun to make. And I might actually make a few more. So a little bit of trial and error there. I think my sail might still be a little too long, but maybe not. It kind of looks like it has some wind behind it, if you can see. And there's my sailboat. Okay, so I have one last quick craft to show you if you don't have any of those supplies, but maybe you have some yarn or even some string and some ribbon. If you get a cool, I got this gnarly piece of driftwood here that I really liked, and I just tied pieces of colored yarn and ribbon, just like this. I'll take a ribbon like this, put it over, draw the tails through this loop like that, and voila. And then you have a cool little wall hanging. So I had a lot of fun, and I hope you have fun making some crafts. Enjoy your summer, be safe, and the next teacher up is Miss Lasley. Have a great summer, everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Lasley, and I'm an intervention specialist at Riverside School, and this is my daughter, Elle, and this is my other daughter, Jace, and she's going to be helping also today's episode. Today we're going to be learning about water balloons. this whole episode today is about water and the beach and things that you could do outside. Well, what's more fun than water balloons? So to save on time, we already filled a whole bucket of balloons, and then in the back, in our backyard, there's some more balloons in each bucket. Today's lesson, my daughter is going to show you 3 different games that you can play with water balloons. So let's begin. Okay, so the first lesson that we're going to do, the first fun game that my daughters are going to do is a water balloon toss. Now this is not an average water balloon toss, it's a little bit of a twist on your average toss. So what they're going to do, one of them, Jace, is going to pick up a water balloon. And Elle is going to grab her shirt like this, and she's going to, Jace is going to toss the water balloon, and Elle is going to try to catch the water balloon with her shirt. So it makes it a little bit more difficult because she has to get underneath. So on the count of 3, Jace is going to toss it underhand to Elle, and Elle's going to try to catch it. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Did it break? Did it break? Okay, it didn't break, so Elle gets to use that same one. And now it's her turn to try to toss it to Jace, but here's the change of it. They have to take a step back. So they each take a step back. Elle's going to toss it underhand to Jace, and Jace is going to try to catch it in her shirt as well. 1, 2, 3. Good job. It still didn't break, so Jace is going to use it, and they're going to take another step back. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Now it's going to get even more difficult. Take another step back. Another toss. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and it broke. So Elle's the winner of that game. So good job, Elle. One game for you. One winning game for you. Okay, so that takes us to the next water balloon game, which is just as fun. So I'm going to explain it while they're setting it up. It is called a relay race, okay? So what they're going to do is they're going to pick up 2 balloons each, and they're going to place one right where they're standing, and then they're going to walk to where the other one is and place it across. And you want to spread it out. You want to spread it out so one is on one side and one is on the other. And then the other one is straight across from it. Right here. Right. Oops. No. Oh, they keep breaking it. Okay. So this is, you know what, we're going to spread it and make it a little bit more difficult. Move them back a little bit. Come on, just get another one. Pause it. Okay, so we had a little bit of technical difficulties and our balloons kept popping on us. So you have to be careful how gently you put the balloons down on the ground so they don't pop. So each one of them have a balloon right in front of them, and they have a balloon far away from them. And this is called a relay race. So on the count of 3, when I say 1, 2, 3, they are both going to run to the balloon that's furthest from them, and they're going to sit on it, and they're going to keep sitting on it until it breaks. They have to break it by sitting on it. And then once they break it, they have to get up really quickly and run to their second balloon and do the same thing. And whoever breaks both balloons the quickest, fastest wins the game. So you ready? Ready?
Yes.
Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Sit down and break it. And break it. I think that was a tie, don't you think? Good job. Okay, stand up. Stand up. And you're going to get a little bit wet on that. Okay? How do you guys like that one? That was fun, right? Okay, and to make it more challenging, you could put the balloons further away, or you could even put more balloons on it. Now the third game that we're gonna play is a hula hoop game. So you need 2 hula hoops. If you do not have hula hoops, you could also play this on the cement, your driveway, and you could just draw circles with chalk on your driveway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place 1 hula hoop here, and then I'm gonna place a hula hoop further away. Okay, so 1 closer, 1. They're gonna get their balloons. Get your buckets of balloons. Your bucket of balloons. Got your bucket of balloons. And what they're going to do is they're going to try to toss their balloons into the hula hoops. Now, if they hit the center of the first hula hoop, they get 1 point. If they hit the second one, they get 2 points. So you would have to keep adding throughout the game, set a number. What number do you guys want to work towards? 5? Okay, so for now we'll start at a lower number, but you can work up to 20 depending on how many balloons you have, and add them up until you get to your goal. Okay, who's gonna go first? Okay, ready, set, you're gonna toss it, go. Okay, so she did not make it inside, so that's 0 points. You could go one more time. Oh, you just missed it, so that's 0 points. Okay, Jace. Oh, close. 0. Oh, 0. So it's a lot harder than what it really looks. Okay, Elle's turn. Oh, 1 point for Elle. Oh, that didn't break. So Elle has 1 point, Jace has 0. Good job, Jace has 1 and 2. Okay, Elle's turn. Oh, it hit inside. Okay, I'll give it to you. Oh, 2 points for Jace. So Jace has 4. Elle has how many? 2. Okay, 4 to 2. Whose turn? Elle's turn. Oh, that was inside. Good job. Elle's the winner. Elle's the winner. She just got 5 points. Good job. So hopefully you guys had fun watching these 3 balloon games that you guys could do outside in your backyard with your family, with your friends. And I'm going to send you off to Miss Marshall, who has a lot more activities for you guys to do this summer. I will see you next week. Bye.
Mrs. Lasley, it looked like you guys had a lot of fun playing with water balloons. Hi, I'm Miss Marshall. I'm a physical therapist from Cleveland Metropolitan School District. And this week we're talking about things that you can do at the beach or by the pool. And I figured we can go over some different fun exercises and activities with things that you may bring to the beach or the pool. The first thing we're going to start off with is I have a beach towel. So a beach towel is a great thing you can use as a mat. And before we get really active, we're going to do some stretches. So let's sit down and let's first just try to take a couple deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. One more, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, first stretch we're gonna do, we're gonna bring 1 foot forward and keep 1 foot in, and then you're gonna slowly reach for your toes. If you can't reach all the way for your toes, that's okay, just as far as you feel comfortable. We're gonna hold this for 20 seconds. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You should be feeling a nice stretch on the back of your leg. Okay, let's switch legs out to the other side. Reach for those toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Okay, let's do a stretch with our arms. We're going to bring one arm across our body, and then we're going to kind of hug it into ourselves. And you should feel a nice stretch along your arm this way. We're going to hold this for 20 seconds. So I brought different activities, different things that we can use for the beach today. I'm going to go over all those activities, and at the end we're going to make a fun obstacle course using those things that I brought to challenge ourselves. And the great thing about obstacle courses, switch arms, is you can switch them up and make them however you want. You can be as creative with as little stuff as you have, or you can use a ton of different fun things during your obstacle course. Let's hold this for just 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and let's just do a couple neck rolls to kind of get our neck loosened up. So we're gonna rotate this way a couple times, and then now to the other side. Great. So this was just a little bit of a stretching here, sitting on our beach towel, which most likely you're going to bring when you either go to the beach or the pool. The next thing I'm going to show you is some activities that we can do with a beach ball. So let me grab that beach ball really quick. So we're actually going to use it a little bit differently than what you would probably think with the beach ball, and say throwing and playing catch and things like that. We're actually going to use it for balance. So we're going to start with the ball on the ground, and we're going to put one foot on top, and we're going to try to hold our balance for 10 seconds. So you can keep your hands on your hips, down at your side, wherever you feel you have the best balance. So we're going to hold this for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to switch. Okay, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, a way that we can kind of challenge ourselves too, because the ball gives us a little bit of stability, is by standing on one foot and trying to hold the ball up to the sky and keeping your foot up as well. So let's try to hold this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good! Okay, let's see if we can hold it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great! Now the next thing we're going to do is I have brought a pool noodle with me, and we're going to actually be jumping over the pool noodle. So we can start with the pool noodle right in front of us, and we're going to jump forward and back 10 times. So it's just going to look like this. We're going to try to keep our feet together, and then you have to just be careful when jumping back that you clear the pool noodle. So let's do that. Ready? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you can also put the pool noodle to the side of you, and you can go right, left. So again, keeping your feet close together, and you're gonna go one side to the other side. So let's do that 10 times. We'll start back on this side. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're landing, it's important too to keep a little bend in your knees. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job! You can play this with a game too. Someone would be calling out the directions like left, right, 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 or left, left. And then you guys can play together by jumping over the pool noodle. And then the last activity we have is I have a inner tube ring, and we're going to do kind of a ring toss. So if you're out on the beach, you can pick up seashells, things like that to toss into the ring. But today I brought some of these sandful turtles that I have. So I'm going to try to step back and try to get 4 turtles into the ring. So we got 1, 2, 3, let's see if I get the last one, 4. So then you can either make this harder by stepping farther apart, so by moving the ring forward and stepping back and seeing if I can get it all the way from there. Oh, I just made it. And this is a great game that you can play with your friends on the beach. Oh, that last one didn't go in. Let's see if I can get this blue one. Great. Or if you have 2 rings, you can kind of almost make like a ring toss game by standing on each side of the ring. So we used a towel, a beach towel, a beach ball, a pool noodle, and a ring. So now I'm going to set up an obstacle course and show you guys how to do the obstacle course with things that you can bring to the pool or the beach. So I made my obstacle course. I'm going to quickly just go over the activities that I have set up in my obstacle course. And then again, just remember, you can be as creative as you want with this. You can change it any way you want, but this is just kind of a little start or some ideas for you. So the first part is I cut up a pool noodle and I'm going to jump with both feet together over these 3 little pieces of the pool noodle. Then I made these kind of like bridge archways with the pool noodles, and I found sticks and I just put a stick into the ground and then I just put the pool noodle over the stick. So I'm going to crawl underneath these archways. Once I crawl underneath, I'm going to grab my turtles and I'm going to throw each turtle one at a time into the ring. Once I get all 4 turtles in, I'm going to run to my beach towel and sit down because that will be my finish line. Okay? Let's see. Ready, set, go. I'm going to jump over the pool noodles. I'm going to get nice and low, really tiny, and I'm going to crawl underneath. Okay, once I crawl underneath, I'm going to grab my first turtle. I'm going to toss it in. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to run. Quickly sit down. And I finished. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have an opportunity this summer to go out to the beach or the pool and make your own obstacle course. Now Mrs. Thatcher is going to show you a beach-themed snack that you guys can make at home. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Miss Thatcher from Mary Bethune School. I hope you've enjoyed the lessons on beach and water. And today my lesson is we're going to be in the kitchen and we're going to make a couple of snacks, beach-themed snacks. So here's one we're going to make and here's the other. So for this project, what you will need are graham crackers, Teddy Grahams, goldfish, some gummy lifesavers. The gummy ones are better instead of the hard ones. Airhead Extremes, vanilla frosting, some sprinkles, and blue food coloring. So what we're going to do first is we'll make our blue frosting. So you're going to take, you just need like really just 1 or 1.5 spoonfuls of frosting. And then we'll do like 2 drops of blue food coloring. Okay, and you're going to mix that all up to make it blue like our water. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a graham cracker, and we'll make the under the sea one first. So first what you're going to do is take blue frosting, and we're going to cover about 3/4 of the way of the graham cracker. Okay, so you're just going to color 3 there. And then what I did before is I took some of my graham crackers and I crumbled them up so that it looks like sand. So we'll put a little bit of sand at the bottom of the ocean. Just put a little on there and you can pat it down so that it stays. And then we can add our fish. You can add however many you want. I'm going to do 2. And then what I use out of my sprinkles are little white balls to make it look like the little bubbles that the fish have. One there. Oh, that one's stuck. And another one there. And then we can add some green sprinkles down at the bottom to make it look like seaweed. Oh my goodness. You put it down here. another one there. And then we can make a crab just using the red. Like a little red dot. Could be its body. And then you just add the little sprinkles next to it to make it its little legs. Just like that. So there's the first one. Now the second one, we'll make it into like a little beach scene. So what we'll do first is that we are going to frost the whole cracker this time, because the frosting will help everything stick. Because not only does it taste delicious, it does really well holding everything on. So you're going to cover the whole thing, and then we'll go back to the graham cracker that I smushed up to make it the sand, and we'll make half of this the beach by putting sand on it. Okay? Show that. All right. Then we can use, you can use one of the Airhead Extremes, and if you lay it out on the, it's going to look like a beach blanket. Or you can add two right next to each other, and that'll be the beach blanket. And then you're going to want to put just a little bit of dab of frosting on it. And then you could add one of your teddy bears on, so that they're laying out on the beach. And then to add, the thing, when you get one of the gummy ones, if you pull it apart, so you make the circle bigger, you could put the teddy bear right in. So it looks like he is in a float. Oh, broke that one. And there you have it. Those are your snacks. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your summer. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
This is CMSD.
I am. Yo soy.
I am Cleveland's public schools.
Wow, I did it. Well, I'm excited. Happy to be here. I'm happy to graduate.
Congratulations! I feel great. I'm about to graduate. I'm done. It's lit.
I'm super excited.
Aaliyah, Monique, Deja.
I can't wait to see what this class does.
It was a goal, and now that I'm finally accomplished it, I'm happy.
Well, our students have been really fantastic. This isn't what they wanted. It's not what I wanted. This is my first class that I came here 13 years ago when they were kindergartners, and I was looking forward to the celebrations more than I ever do. But we have to be safe, and COVID-19 isn't gone, and as the kids have gone through, they've just had joy on their face. They're honking their horns, their families are celebrating, and so we're going to make the best of this because that's what Cleveland does.
I'm just blessed that we still was able to do something like this to celebrate us, because this is a really big deal to get your diploma and just graduate.
I'm about to go to a whole new chapter in my life, college. It's different.
I'm very confident I'm going to accomplish everything in life.
This is CMSD.
I am.
Yo soy.
I am Cleveland's public schools.
In the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe that teaching and learning should be
Hands-on, engaging, and fun.
Real world.
Personal and culturally relevant.
Challenging.
We believe teaching and learning happens
When we work together with our classmates.
When we talk to each other.
We believe schools function best when they have the support from District Central Office.
A central office that provides specific supports to each school and recognizes that one size does not fit all.
A central office that bases support on best practices and our feedback.
A central office that utilizes the strengths of teachers and leaders across the district.
At the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe
all children can learn and achieve at high levels.
Our graduates must possess skills like creativity and innovation,
critical thinking and problem solving,
global citizenship,
communication.
In the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe that all students must graduate career and college ready with the skills necessary to fulfill their dreams.
This is CMSD.
I am.
Yo soy.
I am Cleveland's public schools.